conversation from here.
I think it would be great if you could fill us in on where you are and the direction you're moving with this, so that we see how much of it comes together.
So I can share with you. So just so you know, Marcia, I'm not going to put you on the spot in any way like I'm going to put myself on the spot, but you should stay close to Marcia because you know, Paul Corrigan's office is going to be deeply involved in this conversation, and Mayor's office will make a proposal, but you cannot. So if you look in the charter under section 514, the mayor's allowed to consolidate departments. Under 913, as you know, there's a consolidation possibility for done after 5 years, and there is a proposal coming. I'll lay out where those concepts are. But all of it has to be approved through council. It's going to come through. It has to come through as an ordinance process. So
where is that proposal coming from?
You'll see a proposal coming from the mayor's office, right? And so that proposal, it's not going to be all that fleshed out. But I'm going to show you where the current thinking is, right, and where the options are, right? And none of what I'm going to present to you actually includes this proposal. It just shows where it lives, right? And there is some pressure on the staffing of this, right? And I'm going to give you my best transparent look at it right now if you want to see it. Please. It involves the butcher paper. Let's do, yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Is it? I don't know what all this crap is here.
Let's see what it's like. He's trying to get close, but I don't think he can.
Yeah, out of the way. Put this one up. Let me.
Let's see what it says.
It's gonna be hard, but I can do it, I think, really. So, is this? Is it okay? People can see this?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you mind if I take if I'm going too deep on background, just tell me to stop. Maybe you understand all this, but let me just give you, if I were you and I didn't have this, I would want to know this as context for this conversation. 2009-10 budget, everybody knows this, $285 million, right, in the red, right? In that context, we have to solve a big problem this year, as well as a twice as big problem next year. So you had the whole thing playing out about the 1,000 layoffs / transfers, right? Of that 1,000 that was put out by Miguel Santana, the CIO, 60 turned out to be firefighter positions that if we laid them off, we'd have to be backfilling them at time and a half, and it was going to cost us more money than it would save us. So you're 940. Of that, you have, I think it's 200. Actually, I think I wrote it recently. It's 200. It's 262 positions of people in the city on this 1,000-person layoff list that are people that can be laid off right now. They're engineers and architects and the inspectors union, right, that are eligible for layoff right now. In addition to that, you have about 680 plus that are on this 1,000-person list. This is not the official list, this is CIO's list right now, but there will be a list developed fairly soon as to the 1,000 people facing layoffs. There's 680 plus people that are subject to layoff now that'll start going through the layoff process, but because of the contract with the Coalition of City Unions, they can't be laid off until July 1. And so this is Coalition of City Union folks, so that's SCIU, AFSCME, building trades, Teamsters, and laborers. Right now there's about 320 positions that are currently open that are in special funded departments or proprietary departments, right? So you have this 300-person list, again, special funded. So one of this, you know, you all know this special funded, or for example, community development department, 100% special funded. It's communities, you know, block grants, you know, it's Workforce Investment Act dollars. It's in the proprietary department. So when the mayor said, okay, I'm implementing 1,000 layoffs now, and you have until Tuesday of last week to raise your hand electronically we can't force layoffs in this environment, but if people choose to transfer, we can't force transfers, but it created an environment where 2,000 people raised their hand electronically and said, I'm willing to transfer, right? So you had a rush of people from this 262 to those available openings, and from the 680 that are facing a July 1 layoff, you had a rush to here, and it turned out that everybody else that from a number of other places in the city, you had another 1,000 plus, 1,200 plus, but you have 2,000 to 3,000 additional people that the council talked about being laid off on July 1. It's developing that layoff list now as well, so we can start the bumping process. All of a sudden, a bunch of those folks who are on general funded positions, they're vulnerable, started that rush, right? So as everybody knows, in terms of the budget, you got, I'm sure you know this stuff, but I'll just say, you know, there's a $7 billion approximate, you know, general fund and special fund budget, and of that, what, about 3 or so is special funded, somewhere around there, right? So it's the real problem we have is on this $4 billion of general fund, you know, budget. That's where all of our problems are, and everybody that's general funded is smart, because of our revenue collections, is smart to make their move. So in addition to that, we have about another 720 plus positions that are special fund ERIPs. These are people that are retiring early. They're part of the 2,400, you know, persons that are retiring early, but they are all in a situation where they are going to be able to backfill them from general fund positions. Every person we take off of the general fund is the same as a layoff, right? It saves us money this year, it saves us money next year. So next rush is this one. As these positions open up, right? That's what you're seeing happening in the city. So in that environment, we are under tremendous pressure to create reductions, right? The reductions in our structural work size of our workforce is what's going on. So today, we announced the elimination, in fact, of 46 general funded positions and supporting 2 of our departments. So, you know, again, part of it is this process going from general funded. So we just, the Environmental Affairs Department and the Human Service Department. The Human Service Department made up of, who knows?
Human Relations Commission.
Commission on the Status of Women. What else? Commission on Children, Youth, and Families.
Human Relations Commission.
Human Relations Commission. Right? So, in this situation, we're taking